In 1924, a man was arrested for a crime he didn't commit. The detectives interrogated him for 12 hours. They yelled, they threatened, they lied. But the man did something that drove them to the brink of insanity. He didn't argue, he didn't plead, he didn't even look away. He sat in total, absolute silence. By the 10th hour, the lead detective, a man with 20 years of experience, began to stutter. He started explaining the evidence nervously. He started justifying why they had arrested him. By the 12th hour, the detective had accidentally revealed a flaw in their own case. The man walked free because he understood the most dangerous law of power. Silence is a vacuum, and the human brain is terrified of a vacuum. It will do anything to fill it, including destroying itself. Welcome to COEURTEX. Today we are decoding the fourth law of power. Always say less than necessary. By the end of this video, you will understand why your urge to speak is your greatest weakness, and how you can use 3 seconds of silence to dominate any room, any negotiation, and any relationship. If you think words are your weapon, you've already lost the war. Why does silence feel like a physical weight? In evolutionary psychology, silence was a death sentence. To our ancestors, silence in the brush meant a predator was stalking. Silence in the tribe meant you were being ostracized, left to die alone. Today, that ancient fear lives in your amygdala. When a conversation stops, your brain triggers a fight-or-flight response. Your heart rate increases. You feel an agonizing itch to say something, anything, to break the tension. Manipulators know this. They call it the pressure of the void. When you ask a question and they don't answer immediately, they aren't thinking. They are waiting. They are waiting for you to become so uncomfortable that you start talking to fill the gap. And when you talk out of nervousness, you don't speak with wisdom. You speak with insecurity. You reveal your cards. You offer concessions they didn't even ask for. In the world of high-stakes power, the first person to speak to break an awkward silence is the person who just surrendered their status. Robert Greene tells the story of Louis XIV. Every morning, noblemen would bring him petitions, problems, and complaints. They would speak for an hour, pleading their case. Louis would listen, his face as cold as marble. When they finished, he would look them in the eye and say only 3 words: "Je verrai," I shall see. And then he would walk away. Think about the psychological impact. The nobles didn't know if he was angry, pleased, or bored. Because they had no information, they spent the rest of the day obsessing over him. They gave him more power by trying to interpret his silence. This is the mirror effect of silence. When you say less, you become a screen upon which others project their own insecurities. If you are silent, the person across from you will wonder, is he judging me? Does he know more than I do? Is he unimpressed? The more you speak, the more common you appear. You become predictable. But the man of few words is a mystery. And in human nature, we fear what we cannot predict. Let's get practical. How do you apply this dark silence in your life without looking like a robot? The negotiation silence. When someone gives you a price or an offer, don't counteroffer immediately. Look at the paper, then look at them and count to 5. Slowly. Usually, the other person will start justifying the price or even lower it before you've said a word. The truth seeker's silence. If you suspect someone is lying, don't accuse them. Just stop talking. Look at them with calm curiosity. The liar will try to fill the silence with more lies, but eventually, they will trip over their own story. Silence is the most effective truth serum ever discovered. The emotional anchor. In an argument, your partner or boss might yell at you. They want your reaction. They want your energy to fuel their fire. If you remain silent, Not a silent treatment, but a calm, observant silence. You drain their power. You become the mountain, and they are just the wind hitting it. They will eventually feel foolish for their outburst, giving you the moral and psychological high ground. Every word you utter is a piece of yourself you give away for free. Once it's out, you can never take it back. How many relationships have been destroyed by one sentence, said in a moment of talkative weakness? How many jobs have been lost because someone shared too much at the office party? Power doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the person who can sit in a room full of noise and keep their mouth shut. Subscribe to COEURTEX. We are building a legion of minds that no longer settle for crumbs. Step out of the noise. Join the shadows. I'll see you in the next decoding.